Good morning, HustleJitsu episode 164. Today, I have something right here. Boom. I'm going to give it away too much. It's 4 steps, 4 ideas, 4 big game changers that can help you grow rich. I said it. Grow rich. Grow rich. Now, whenever you hear the word rich, does it make you feel kind of like, kind of cheesy, like it's one of those infomercials, like you see the thing flashing and it's like, rich, get rich quick, overnight success, make $100,000 a month, that type of thing? Is that the way that you feel about that whenever you hear the word rich? Now, to me, being rich doesn't have anything to do about the money in your bank account. It's more of a lifestyle. It's more of a way of life. It's more of a freedom thing. And money does have something to do with it. It can be a vehicle for you to get what you want out of life. Now, today, I'm going to examine a few things, and this isn't new stuff at all. As a matter of fact, the reason why I'm using the word rich is because I'm really digging into Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill again, and just exploring these. And the more and more I learn about personal growth, personal development, and just becoming bigger and better and more, I'm realizing that it goes back to this amazing guy, Napoleon Hill. See, what if I told you that becoming rich, growing successful, whatever you want to call it, has already been figured out? What if I told you that? Because it has. It has. You just have to follow those steps. All right. So I see everyone hopping in here. Please shout out your city if you're watching live. If you're watching a replay, you made it this far. That means, my friend, you are a high achiever because you're looking to grow. You're looking to become more. All right. You're not looking for some get rich quick. That's not what this is. That's not what Think and Grow Rich is. That's not what the HustleJitsu mindset is about. But shout out your city because I want to see where you're from. If you're new, whether you're watching a replay or you're live now, put new. If you're a vet, meaning you've watched HustleJitsu before, put vet. All right, and I'm going to shout you guys back. Let me go through the list here. I see some comments. My man Chris Severio, obviously from Denham Springs, Louisiana, every morning. Thank you very much, man. I see Jesus. I see Eric Callahan from Alabama. I see Henderson, Carlos. I see Robbie Ellis, my man. And I see Ronnie, Mark, Kaylee Holmes, HustleJitsu vet. Thank you for using hashtag HustleJitsu. Book changed my life, Adrian said. Sergio Souza, Jamie Houston, Cody McCoy, Joe Jesus. Now, if Think and Grow Rich may not be the best place for you to jump in, if you don't have a good understanding of success, little videos like this morning show that I do, HustleJitsu, is a great place for you to start to understand some of these concepts. Because I tried to read Think and Grow Rich years and years ago. I've always just tried to grow myself and work on my mind. And I just didn't understand it. It was a little confusing. It was almost like reading the Bible or something. It was, I didn't understand all the concepts. But what I've done for you is broke it down into these 4 major principles. See, what happened in 1937, this guy, Napoleon Hill, he published this book. And the 10, 20 years before that, he had interviewed about 500 successful entrepreneurs. Businessmen is what they called them then. Now we call them entrepreneurs, right? But we're really businessman, businesswoman. And he broke it down in this book. Now, it has actually 13 principles, but I broke it down into just 4 for you to make it super simple. Before we get started, before I go into this, I want to know what you do, and let's keep it simple because I want everyone to comment. I don't need this big, long sentence or paragraph. Just put E for an entrepreneur. E, maybe it's this side. E for entrepreneur, and A for athlete. Are you an athlete? You're trying to make it into college sports, trying to make it into the UFC. You're a jiu-jitsu fighter. Are you an entrepreneur, meaning you own your own business, you have your side business? Now, dude, this day and age, there's a lot of entrepreneurs with things on the side, and I respect that. You don't have to be full-time. Maybe someday it'll be full-time for you, but there's ways to start growing your revenue and creating multiple streams on the side without going full-time. And if you are an E and an A, put that as well. O, use an O for other, and I'd love to know what that is. What is other? Now, I know all of you are high achievers, high performers, because you wouldn't be watching this. So I'm going to introduce myself for anyone that's on here new. Remember to put new so I can thank you personally. My name's Alan Belcher, former UFC fighter, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. I'm an entrepreneur, and now I'm a coach, a peak performance coach for entrepreneurs, high achievers, high performers, athletes. And I do this talk, HustleJitsu, every morning. It's on mindset, personal development, personal growth. It's the art of personal power, the power to control your own mind and not make excuses, not complain, take charge of your life, because it's actually pretty simple whenever you figure out what the things are that hold you back. Now, this book, Think and Grow Rich, will show you exactly what successful people do. They did back in 1937. It's the exact same as 2016. You see people like me or any personal development, personal, whatever you call it, life coach, business coach, it's really just another version of like what Napoleon Hill did back in the day. Also, Dale Carnegie wrote a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. Both of these guys set the stage for sales trainers, personal development people, the things that I'm trying to do. It's just you should start the source, because this stuff's already been figured out. Number one, guess what it is? Guess what it is? What's the number one thing that Napoleon Hill said over and over and over? And he starts the book by talking about this. And he boiled it down that success, you have to have one thing. One thing makes people successful, and without this one thing, all the other principles are nothing. It's mindset. Mindset, write that down. That's what we do. That's what everything is boiled into here on HustleJitsu, dude. Mindset. Mindset. What is mindset? Well, it's a set of skills and beliefs all in your mind. So what he's saying is between your ears is what really matters. How you think. That's why the book's called Think and Grow Rich. Think and grow rich. It's not... Now, Napoleon Hill was big on law of attraction, but it rarely talks about law of attraction and positive energy and infinite intelligence and all that. It's for real using your head. That's what he means. When you learn how to use your head right, you can grow to the person that you want to be. You can achieve great things. Mindset, number one, mindset, okay? Write that down and recap me. Everyone post it in the comments, write it down in your notes, mindset. That's huge, right? Number two is desire. Napoleon Hill saw this in these 500 businessmen. And now, let me remind you that some of the businessmen that he interviewed, like Henry Ford, okay, Andrew Carnegie, the steel king of the world at that time. A lot of these guys monopolized their industries, not in a bad way. They just took over. There was no other. They just took everything over. These were the Bill Gates and the Warren Buffetts of their time. They were huge. And he interviewed these guys. And there was the second thing that he saw, and he says over and over and over. This guy was in there, in the trenches, interviewing people. He wasn't just on Facebook talking like me. He was actually in there interviewing superstars. And he figured out that the desire, write that down, desire, the desire is going to be a huge factor in whether or not you achieve anything at all. Without the desire, it can't be achieved. So write that down, desire. Write it in the comments, write it in your notes. If you don't have that passion, something that wakes you up, makes you smile in the morning, something when you go to bed, you can't wait to get up the next morning, then you need to find it. You need to figure out how to make that happen, because the desire is what pushes it. I talked about that before. The secret to Kobe Bryant, LeBron James' success is they don't wake up in the morning and think, oh, I got to grind it out today. They jump out of bed because they love it. They love it. It's an infinite It's an infinite desire. It's a desire that's just automatic. It's just automatic. It's inside you. You have to find that. This is what made these people rich, successful, whatever you want to call it. And it's the same thing that's going to take you to the next level. Desire. The next one, my man, Adam Brothers, is right on track. Faith. Napoleon Hill talks about faith. Now, he's very interesting. Like I just read the book Outwitting the Devil, which was the follow-up to Think and Grow Rich. And it's pretty interesting, right? So Napoleon Hill has interesting beliefs, or he doesn't actually talk about his beliefs too much, but he has interesting conversations and thoughts about religion and faith and energy, infinite intelligence, the universe, and all that. I mean, it's really God. We have to have faith in God, right? If you're the type of person that's not open to believing, then there's powers greater than you that we can't understand, we'll never understand. It's a little bit negative, isn't it? That's just my own personal belief. I'm not saying that an atheist can't be successful, all right, because I'm sure they are, right? But it's just a little negative when you think, this is all we are. There's nothing greater. When we die, we're just going to get buried, whatever, you know? So faith, I don't think he's talking about faith in God as much, although the top successful people that he interviewed were big on the religious faith. The faith is very simply defined. It's having a purpose, a defined purpose. This is what faith is: defined purpose, backed by strong, unshakable beliefs. The belief in your purpose. That's what faith is. And without that faith, basically, have you ever heard someone talk about their success and they just said, you know what, I always knew that I was going to be great. It was only a matter of time. When I set my mind to it, there was no stopping me. That's what faith is. That's what faith. Have you given up on the faith of whatever you've tried to do? Maybe you had thoughts about what you wanted to be or what you wanted to achieve, but you lost that faith somewhere along the way. Well, Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich says it over and over and over again. Faith is a secret. It's a secret to success. Don't lose that faith, whatever it is. Know that the universe is behind you. Know that God is behind you. All right? Now, the final one, this is probably what Think and Grow Rich is most popular for. Napoleon Hill talked about it in his speeches all the time. He wrote books about it, and it has a huge section on this book about it. And it's the mastermind, the power of the mastermind. Napoleon Hill says when two or more minds get together, that's when real high-level thoughts, high-level ideas, and actions start to take place. Now, you can look at this from a very law of attraction type of thing, and like the energies of two people together. I just think of it as, factual, scientific, what it is. When two people are working together, you hold each other accountable. You don't want to be let down, or you don't want to let that other person down. When you work together, okay, then you can achieve more. Two heads are better than one. You ever heard that saying? It's true. The power of the mastermind. Now, I'm part of multiple masterminds that I pay to be. I have mastermind groups that I coach people in. I've experienced this as a coach, as a leader, and as a student and a part of a mastermind group. This is huge, but you don't have to pay for a mastermind, right? When you get to that level and you're ready to pay for a mastermind, there's a lot of highly skilled people, and it's great to be a part of that. And paying for information, paying for a mastermind is sometimes better than the free stuff, because it's that accountability thing. Because when you're paying $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month, like I have before, and like I currently am to be in masterminds, then you show up. You show up for the calls, for the meetings. You travel around the world to meet with your mastermind group because you're paying for it, all right? And being around these other people is going to make you successful. Their success rubs off on you. Jim Rohn said, you're the average of the 5 people you hang around with the most. Who are your 5 people that you hang around with the most? Hang with the most. Think about that. So the power of the mastermind is huge. It's the accountability. But I have free mastermind people too. Like some of my best friends, like my buddy Chris. My 2 friends, Chris. I got one Chris with a K, one Chris with a C. And I rarely see these guys, maybe like once a year. But we're on the phone at least once or twice a month. We text back and forth at least once a week. They ask me questions. I ask them questions. What do you think about this idea? That's masterminding. That's masterminding, because you only have so much up here. You need someone else's advice. So guys, mastermind, faith, desire, mindset. Recap it in the comments for me. Write it in your notes. Think about that stuff. Get the book, Think and Grow Rich. Maybe I'll put a link to it so you guys can buy it. I like audio. You know, I can't sit still long enough to read a book. I try to read along with the audio. It's so weird, I know. But listen, guys, I want to say thank you very much for watching this morning. Thank you for sharing HustleJitsu every morning, 7 a.m. If you're new, don't forget to put new. And I'm out of here. I hope you're inspired. I hope you're motivated to crush this day. It's Friday. I didn't even mention that. I usually do a Q&A, but I wanted to talk about Think and Grow Rich. Maybe over the weekend I'll do a Q&A or something. If you have any questions for me, put them in below, and I'll do a video or something for you. Or shoot an email to me, alan@alanbelcher.tv. But listen, I was gonna bring this up when I was talking about the desire. Is if you're living for Friday, it's Friday, and you're like, yes, it's Friday. Then you need to look. Maybe your desire isn't really in line, because people with their desires in line, the work, all the practices, the work, the practices, the meetings, all the action takes place Monday through Thursday. You know what I mean? And most of the time, as a culture, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is kind of laid back, which I enjoy the time with my family. I love the relaxing time as well. It's not like I hate the weekend and I just want Monday. But Monday through Thursday should be a miracle, like energetic time for you. And if it's not, maybe you need to stop what you're doing and find something else. All right, so don't forget that. I'm gonna finish with that, desire. All right, guys, hustle, hustle, win. I'll say hustle, hustle. You say win. Wherever you are, on a plane, on the subway, in your car, say win nice and loud. Get pumped, motivated, kill the rest of the day, and carry your momentum into next week. All right? Hustle, hustle, win on 3. Hustle, hustle, win.